slips several tense moments without the leeches really noticing, because there's like brackish oil on the top of the water. Make it across, and now this is like you're standing on top of each other in this little area.
Alright, let's open this up. No, oh wait, what kind of magic's there?
There's a little bit of magic about the door. You think there may be an arcane lock on the door.
Okay, well, I can.
Lloes, let me see. Is Lloes a thief?
I think he's got a ninja.
He's a ninja sorcerer. He does not have like trap finding, which I think might be a ninja trick. I think he might be able to get it through a ninja trick, but he doesn't.
I think we house ruled it can be a ninja trick.
Hold on a second. I think I know what goes in there.
Isn't
He takes out of his shirt a key.
Oh, what we going here?
I stole it from my family.
Yes. Well, you just put that in there.
Who are you telling to put in there?
Ghost.
Okay, yeah. Ghost does that. There is an oddly shaped room.
Ghost is a rogue.
Yep. There's an oddly shaped room with 4 doors. There are all sorts of carvings along the doors. Alistair just simply walks into the room like he's been here before. Like he doesn't fear anything. He stands in the middle. Which door are you going to take? Lloes taps Chagga on the back and slips the key back into the folds of his shirt. Junker and Ghost move forward. They're sniffing around. Chagga, I think, will keep his chain shirt on, because worst comes to worst, he has to go back.
Because adventuring is hard.
Yep.
Right. Let's see. Is there writing anywhere or on the doors?
There's that same family sigil that is on the door directly across from the way that you came in.
Does it look like there's an arcane lock on there?
Yep, there might be a similar key on all 3 of these doors.
Okay.
To the right-hand side, there is there's a depiction of a warrior kneeling, and the warrior's got a polearm.
Mm-hmm.
He's kneeling before something, like you don't know, and this particular door has I think a riddle on it. Warborn craft is all around, from humble beginnings to guarding the crown. Thrust in turn to unlock the path, out of order, and you'll face the wrath.
Okay.
Alistair laughs a little bit. Ooh, why? What do you think that means? There's a simple the simple lock that this key likely opens. Like it's the same construct of the two locks outside. You actually have two versions of the same key, because oh no, you don't. He's in the water with the leeches.
Yeah. That's right. All right. Well.
You may want to be careful if you open that door, Barnabus.
He's pointing at this one.
Oh, it's not my birthday, is it?
You might want to be careful in that room. There's some very tricky locks.
He looks over his corner to that side.
That door won't open.
This one?
Nope.
What's on that door? That's the kneeling knight?
Yep.
Check magic.
It also has arcane lock on it. The three doors all have arcane lock. It looks like the same construction of the lock, but you haven't tried the keys in it. You haven't looked too closely. All these doors are arcane locked, which would make them more difficult to batter down or to like unlock.
Yeah. This door's stuck.
It's still stuck. I've never been in there.
Wow.
You can see people have tried.
You can just see a couple of like score marks where people may have taken an axe or something to the door, but they clearly have moved on.
Alright, you go. Let me see your key there. See if we can open it.
Yeah, Los hands you the key.
Try it.
On the door to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes in, but it's the key teeth are not lining up with the lock. It doesn't turn.
Maybe there's another one.
Alistair's backing up a little bit. Junker looks at the kid. Takes it as a sign of...
Alright, gents. Your birthday, which door you want to take?
Thrust in turn to unlock the path out of order, you'll face the wrath. That doesn't sound very nice.
No, it's going to be a riddle.
Alistair's like clasping his mouth to not laugh. Yeah, I suppose we'll have to look in one direction or not. Ghost is fiddling with the lock with Junker. They shrug when
They can get it.
they can't get it. Ghost says,
Bad smell that way.
What smell?
Bad smell that way.
Aurora's this way. You want to check out the traps?
Junker is a thief, or sorry, Ghost is a thief. Plus 11 for traps. 25.
Ward.
There's a ward there. Alright.
Just make door hard. This place full of ward. Annoying.
Yeah. Alright, yeah. This key will get by the ward.
Yeah.
Alright then.
You can see Junker is like holding up his rat, which is sniffing.
Junker said that, he smells candles, wax, incense, rot.
Alright then.
Big room on other side. Big space. Draft.
let's just not touch anything till we have a look around. Right. Open up the door.
Ghost says yes. Chagga's got his tower shield out now. Lloes has drawn his blade, and he's just sort of like leaning against the wall. Alistair has crawled into the barrel.
Okay.
Barnabus opens the door, revealing a very large sepulchre-like chamber. There are statues of little warriors and men and women down each row. There are alcoves that you can't quite see into. There is a very large statue at the end, and I think I have a image of this. Yeah, I can force you guys there.
That's cool.
There is a devilish woman with a downward pointing ruby dagger. And she's perched over top of a very large sarcophagus. The lid of the sarcophagus is off, and you're like, "Ooh, where is it?" And then you see it kind of shuffle out of the back, and this thing is very, very large. It is indeed some sort of giantish zombie, and it has at least a dozen spears and pole arms that have been pushed through its body.
Okay.
And let me get the token for this bad boy. We'll go back to the Crypt of Initiation, as it's slightly more tactical.
Chagga, you got that wound ready?
It is. There's a massive ogre of an undead. Dozens of spears and polearms and things pushed through its flesh. It's got a really mean looking helmet that is kind of like part helm, part executioner's helm. Starts shuffling forward with the light that is spilling into this room. I assume you guys have torches lit and that sort of thing that are being
Light
dropped.
spells or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Barnabus closes the door.
Okay, so you open the door. As you open the door, there are torches that are along the statues, which are each of the circles that are drawn along the sides that are lighting up as you opened the door. And I think initiative, the thing has activated as you open the door and may have startled it or let it know that something is here. I think we'll roll initiative, and then you can close the door on your on your turn. Oh, I almost deleted Barnabus. Barnabus, I'll put you in blue so that you are a PC. Ghost Junker Barnabus, Chagga, Alistair, Lloes, and then we've got this thing. with weird weapons stuck around its body. It goes at a -2. We're going to call this the Brute. Oh my, I think I recognize him.
Recognize him?
Chagga's just head is bobbing up and down. There appears to be not enough time for him to explain, as the thing is starting to wander forward. Let me just generate some random numbers here. Add them into the initiative array. B team initiative.
We can go.
Aw, man, the entire party goes before the Brute. The Brute got a negative initiative, or a 0 initiative. That's annoying. Alright, so all of you get to act. Alistair is going to, when he saw the thing coming and you guys just standing there, I think he can cast spells.
Probably.
He really has no powers that can affect this thing.
Third level spellcasters are not scary.
Nope.
Not particularly.
He probably knows he can't scare these stupid things. He could heal it.
Yeah.
Ah, cure spells used to harm undead. Okay, Alistair, he's going to scramble out of the barrel as an action. And then he moves over to the side, and he's going to crop a hide. He's like trying to hide from the undead. He really doesn't need to, at least at this point. Junker, what's Junker doing, Mark?
Junker is like, fuck, I need a mutagen.
Okay. 2 actions. He's got 1 action left.
And pulls his spear.
Okay. Chagga.
Is he? Yeah. Chagga's next.
You want him to use the wand to hide undead?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Okay, Chagga wanders up to Barnabus and tags him with the hide from undead. Targets 1 touch creature per level. However, it's a wand of a first level spell, so he touches you with the wand.
Yep.
He's frantically trying to make the wand work again to like touch himself and others.
Yeah. I'll put a halo.
Barnabus?
Barnabus is going to step inside and close the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a look around.
Ghost?
Then he's gonna move.
Okay. You do see that there are doors. These doors are quite heavily guarded. They are metal doors.
Okay.
And they've got a different construct of lock on them that kind of appears to be less a conventional key and lock and more of like some sort of rod or something is inserted into them.
All right.
They're low, they're embedded to the side, and there are cobwebs all over the place. Like they're not commonly visited.
Okay.
The motifs of the room, aside from the lady with the ruby kind of dagger, or like the ruby-looking dagger, these statues along the sides seem to be much more humble. Like they are bowing or have their heads tilted, or they're giving difference to both the woman at the end, or perhaps flanking each a lord's alcove. You did feel, when you passed over the first threshold, a chill go up your spine and a noticeable chill in the room. Like you just all of a sudden saw your breath.
Okay.
Lloes is waiting for his turn. He's moved up to the door. He's like, do me next. The brute moves forward. It doesn't seem to... Holy shit. It moves 30. Lets a low growl and then just continues moving forward, and it moves all the way up to the door.
Okay. He's at the door.
Like, your noise, it did something, but it's just waiting now.
Okay. He's gonna examine this. Oh, it's not his turn.
Yeah. Alistair will continue to hide. Junker.
Junker is going to have his... Does he want?
I think this group is going to prepare for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
If you want to, like, Lloes is going to... he already had mage armor up. He's probably going to shield himself.
Yeah, I think Junker's going to shield himself. Ghost will shield himself.
Okay. Put those on their tokens, and let me see what else Lloes can do.
Shield. Druid spells.
In those 3 rounds, Chagga can tag Lloes of the Hide from Undead, tag Chagga from a Hide from Undead, tag Ghost from a Hide from Undead.
Nice.
These last 10 minutes, so... Yeah, you've got...
Yeah.
We'll say that he's going to use up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 charges, so that'll be 5 rounds. To get everyone with the wand.
Okay.
So you've got 5 rounds of looking around.
All right. I'm just gonna,
The zombie thing doesn't try to open the door, but it definitely is like waiting at the door. Your conversations seem to make it like respond to the noise, but it's not looking at you. Like it doesn't turn around.
all right. He's looking at the. There's a couple ones looking at the. What goes in there? Like he said, it was like a rod almost that goes in there.
Yep. Oh, there is a crest here.
Okay. Knowledge, nobility.
Sure. If I roll a 1 or a 2, it's. You don't have to roll. You don't have to roll. It's the Lutrenjik symbol on it. You will say in conversation last night, you know, talked to Lloes while you guys were waiting for 8 to 12 hours, and yeah, Lloes is a syndicate noble. He's a third-born son. Chagga is a syndicate noble, and he's a third-born son.
All right. So it's got that symbol and a strange keyhole.
Yep.
Now this monster, zombie brute, it's full of pierced. Are those all swords and things, or?
You take a quick look. There is. Do you have martial weapon proficiency?
I do not.
Okay, give me a knowledge heraldry or a knowledge history.
Knowledge. Oh, heraldry might be nobility.
Yes.
Okay, I'll go with nobility. on the wrong character sheet. That's why. All right, knowledge, ability, and I'm thinking this might be important, so I'm going to spend a inspiration on it. $22.
It has all manner of pole arms. No one is exactly alike in its flange and hook. You recognize a bardiche, a bill, a guisarme, a raven's beak, also known as a bec de corbin, a lucerne hammer, a ranseur, a halberd. There's a spear. There might be others. They're just all throughout him. There's probably 12. Some of the halves of the polearms are broken, leaving the metal bit and maybe a little bit of the halves, but they're all stuck really good inside of him.
Shit, those. There's the keys. Fuck. Alright.
Okay, there's another chill that passes through you. This time it felt like, well, I'll just say it, a ghost passed right through you.
Yeah, he's gonna move back here.
Okay. This shrine is... Do you have any divine connection?
Nope.
Okay, you're not too sure who this lady is. I guess, you know,
Well,
you're a know-it-all, so yeah, go ahead.
No.
It's some sort of goddess of death or a psychopomp, someone who gathers up souls to bring them to the afterlife. This is old god stuff. You're not sure who this is.
Okay.
There are some urns on the altar.
Okay.
Like the statue is kind of hovering above it, and there are some spots for urns in front of the altar. And the altar itself has the same kind of like hieroglyphs
Alright.
around the altar itself. The urns that are there are small. You're guessing they're either really small creatures or like individual organs might be in these little canopic jars. Okay. Again, there's this weird mix of some other culture here. It's these damn Fossorites. They probably brought their ancient religions here. But there are more modern, mixed with infernal writings along the altar itself, and there are depictions of figures doing stuff in the hieroglyphs.
Okay.
There are 3 panels, we'll say.
Alright. Right now he's kind of determined that, well, we're going to get what looks to be the keys, I'm guessing, for some part of this riddle. They're stuck in a zombie that's not going to let them go, so he's going to start casting spells.
Okay.
How many rounds does he have before...
Chagga and the others spent 5 rounds casting Hide from Undead before the door opens.
Alright. Can I get 2 spells, maybe?
You looked and thought, you moved, you looked and thought. Yeah, you've got 3 rounds of actions.
So he's got, he'll put up a shield, mage armor, and he will ready a magic missile for when that door opens.
Okay, you feel emboldened somehow by magic being cast.
Okay.
This shrine might be holy ground.
I'm good with that.
This was what the chapel looked like at the end. So not quite Egyptian, but there is definitely like an undertone of Egyptian where somebody took the idea of writing hieroglyphs but made them all modern and somewhat infernal.
All right.
Go back to the Crypt of Initiation. The door is opening. Slow standing there.
Does the creature react?
Yeah, the zombie just went... Like it reacted to the shift of light spilling into the room. But all the torches are lit anyways. Los slips by the zombie. He like gives you like a little smile and he's looking back and then he like clutches his chest.
Oh, yeah, that one's yours.
He's now on all fours. He dropped his sword to the ground.
Alright, that's not how we're gonna do this.
The zombie reacted to the sound of the dropping sword and went and just basically walked up to here and stopped. Something's wrong. He's like something attacked Los. Chagga and the others kind of file in. They also have their protective auras up.
Alright. Is it... Oh, knowledge religion. That was the best way to fight a zombie. Aren't these slashing weapons?
Yeah. Knowledge religion.
23.
Yeah. You probably want to slash him to bits.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen.
And this is a zombie. With your 23, it's a zombie hill giant.
What we've got here is a hill giant that's been zombified.
There's something wrong. There's something wrong.
Yeah. I'm coming. So what you're going to want to do is, I know some of you are fond of your pokey weapons, but you're going to want a slashy weapon.
Chagga had moved to go and help him, and you notice that the zombie brute turned around, like I guess with the shuffling of the sound, and he looks at Chagga. Chagga looks up at him. I know him. This is Brachus.
You know, Brachus the giant.
His name is Brachus. He is the sergeant of the tyrant named Lord Chagga and Dune. His sigil is upon his helm. Who said that? You guys didn't hear anything.
Alright, Ghost. Junker. Our two nobles might be indisposed to us at this time.
Something is like it passed right through me. My heart jumped into my throat. I got a pain in my left side. My arms tingly.
Alright. Get up. He tries to help him up.
Yep, you can get him to his feet. Lilith?
Chagga.
Yes.
Focus. Zombie.
Yes, we need big chopping things.
Yes, like your side.
Yes, we also have the great axe. We left it in camp.
Oh, I can't use it anyway.
The scythe, yes, and he squeezes around the zombie. I guess he's not going to go that way. He stops here. Oh, that's my family's crest. The crest on this door to the south is Dune.
Okay.
What is that doing here?
Oh, no, but...
Who's that lady? I don't like it.
She's some kind of representation of death when you collect souls.
This is not a family tomb.
Well, no. Losh's family crest is on the other side. I'm guessing each of these is a different family.
I was named after my great-grandfather. I bear his name. Chagnaron. Of course, I am Chagnaron the Second. Chagnaron is a great-great-grandfather, behemoth of a man with great appetites. Are you saying he's entombed here, and the place where we venerate the patriarch of our clan is not a tomb, but a cenotaph? He's buried here. He's just right over there. My sister's here, I know it. She's somewhere in there. I need to get in there.
Oh, easy, easy. There's a process. Remember what's on the door. Now the keys to each of these, and this is before we figure out which order, are stuck in our large friend here. You, smack, chop, chop types might know these weapons a bit better than I would.
Yeah, they look like polearms, says Los. Yes, so many are polearms.
Looks like treasure.
Says Ghost.
They look nice.
Alistair is laughing. It's not where they go.
No, it's not where they go. We gotta figure out where they go.
Doors in this room are opened by blood.
Alright.
Use a dagger. Cut thyself. These are keys. The other room has all the locks. He hides behind this statue.
Right. Get your weapons ready.
What are we going to use?
Anything that slashes.
Well, bites slash, so I think Junker's rat has become
Swarm.
a swarm. Chagga also cast a hide undead on the rat.
Alright. Now,
I'm gonna grab the swarm from the other.
if you've got any magic, that I'll do it too.
Crypt, Undercity. No. Hidden crypts. Rat swarm.
Alright, when everyone's ready.
Okay, the rat swarm has slashing damage because it's bites.
Yeah.
So it'll actually get through the DR. Junker,
Does he have a dagger even? Or?
he's got a masterwork long spear, and a masterwork crossbow. Oh, he has a small dagger.
Better than nothing.
He'll do D6 plus 1 or minus 5 or D3. So I think plus
D6
1.
Plus.
Oh, plus all of his strength. Yeah.
Strength mutagen and.
I think the D3 plus the strength mutagen is better.
Yep.
So he draws his dagger. Ugh. Ugh.
Ghost. Has Ghost got any spells?
Ghost says disrupt undead.
That's something. That's
He is a 3rd level. He can deliver disrupt from undeads in his bows as a 2-act thing.
okay. Is it disruptive undead? Is this ray though, isn't it?
Yeah, he can put ranged spells
But
through
I'm just
ranged
saying,
weapons.
Won't he hit more often with a ray than he would a bow?
True.
Because
If he
the bow damage would probably. I mean, you might do some, but
he might do some.
and okay. Yeah.
He would do 1d6 plus 3 plus 4 minus 5, so he'd do
Okay.
d6 minus 1 plus 1d6. Yeah. 2 acts versus 2 acts. Yep. Okay. I'll let you make that decision. I'm just putting everyone's. You've got 10 minutes to basically make your plans. Chagga's going to stand back, like
Oh, and he's gonna throw his.
25 feet back, and he's going to throw his thing in.
Loesch, has he got a dagger he can use or something?
Los has a normal dagger, which he could use finesse on.
Yep. Knife fighting zombies is not fun.
Okay. All right, we doing this?
All right. He's gonna start a bard song.
Oh, Junker has to be close.
Yep.
A ghost doesn't have to be like, and I think they know that they're not going to sneak attack it. So Ghost is in the other room,
Sniping it.
or he'll snipe from behind one of these statues. He'll climb into the little alcove, and
We're just gonna go with the old initiative.
I think so. No, we'll.
Do it again.
Oh yeah, we'll go with the old initiative. No, we'll do it again. Because this goes down for all of you the second you start attacking, or the protection, and it's pretty mean. So.
Oh, I believe it.
It's not quite Cloud Giant zombie mean, Mark.
Hey, we were a whole level higher.
And they're like 3 times better. Actually, time and a half. There's still a significant amount of you here. Alright, let's roll the randoms. Oh, somebody got a really good initiative. I think whoever's first in that. Alistair. Yeah, it's effectively the whole party, the brute, and then Chagga. So Alistair goes first. He is not going to. He's going to delay. He's laughing. He's going to go after Ghost goes. So he goes at. He just wants to see what the rest of you are going to do.
Alright, Junker. He gets +2 for being invisible?
Yeah, this thing is technically not able to see you, so sure.
I'm sure flat-footed doesn't matter, so...
There's also a threat, a flank with Los.
6 + 8. And I'm just checking if the dagger is masterwork. Nope. +8. First attack, AC 26.
Yeah, this big thing has some bits of armor on it, but it doesn't have anything significant. I'm going to say it's got so much metal from the polearms that are pushed through it that I'm going to give it a +2 to its AC, bringing its AC from a whopping 10 to a 12.
Ooh.
So yeah, Junker stabs his dagger right into its flesh and starts ripping.
Stabs it again. -2. And misses.
That last one misses as it shifts, and all of your protections go down. I think it's all of them too. Give me a second.
What?
Oh, because it's individual. Had you cast it a single time, everyone under the same casting would go down because it's not. Oh, yeah, you guys are all individually protected. Okay, so it growls and turns to face Junker. How much damage did you do it? There's no Bard song yet, right?
There's Bard song. Yeah.
Okay.
You started just before combat, so 10 damage.
10 damage. He rips into its flesh because it's pierced by so many weapons. He kind of tears at the edges of those, and then it's Barnabus.
Barnabus is going to cast Disrupt Undead. I'm just going to double check make sure I'm close enough.
Yeah, you might have to scamper in.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, don't get too close, Barnabus. Yeah. We wouldn't want the creature to bruise your big brain.
+5. You see 15 touch?
Yeah, you send the positive energy right into the back of the giant. It scores up its side, doing 2 damage.
2 damage. This is going to be a slow slog. Unless Chagga can... Well, Chagga should do some damage.
Ghost?
Okay.
Oh yeah, your protection goes down.
Yeah. Ghost is going to put a Disrupt Undead on the first arrow.
Yeah, 2 actions. He casts a spell and fires an arrow.
Point blank shots. Invisible. Bard song. +14. Yeah.
Alright, arrow strikes in. He didn't have to aim there, but he struck it into the opening of the helmet. And there's a sizzling from the Disrupt Undead.
And another attack. AC 16.
This arrow.
There's no spell on this, I guess.
Yep, this arrow hits the side of its knee.
Alright, so the first one does 6 + 3. This is just physical damage. So nothing.
Yep.
But 4 Disrupt Undead damage.
Yeah, it must have hit the side of its helmet, and there's a bit of scorch from the arrow,
and no damage
from the spell and the arrow, and the other arrow bounces off of its bony kneecap. The cartilage is strong. Alistair is going to misfortune hex the zombie brute. With his evil little laugh. The zombie brute needs to make a DC 16 will save. It makes it. And then he is going to worm his way into an alcove to try to hide. Lloes.
Dagger.
Ah! God, you bastard! Take that! Yeah, give me just 3D. Or I'll do it.
20.
1d20. Hit hit and 14. Yeah, he's got a. It was like he rolled a 4 on the third hit. So let's do the math for the third one. Bab of 2 or 3. 2.
Yeah. Nope.
Dex of 20, so that's 7. The dagger is just a normal dagger. Flank
+2, so that's
be 9, and then
10 with
Bard Song, so he actually hits. So the dagger does D4 +1 for Bard Song.
Yeah. 3d4 plus 3.
For 10 damage. 26, and his protection goes down. Did Junker make his rat swarm go?
Oh, no, he did not.
So on his turn,
Yeah.
the swarm swarms around him and the zombie brute, and the swarm doesn't do anything to Junker.
Okay, and 6 damage from this. That is a vicious swarm.
Indeed. Yeah, the rat's crawling all up and down its body, nibbling at the wounds and tearing it open. We'll say one of the pole arms falls out. Pain! And that does not bloody it. It's now the brute. The only target he can't make right now is Chagga, because...
He hasn't gone yet.
Yep. And it's kind of stupid, so it's going to target the things around it first. 1 is Lloes, 2 is the rat swarm, 3 is Junker. It's going to attack Junker. Just this meaty, gauntleted fist comes hammering in towards Junker. Ghost is screeching out like, "Look out!" in Nizumi. Because it's his bosom buddy. The slam from Brackus hits AC 35.
Holy shit!
And pummels Junker for 17 damage. Boom!
Okay, Junker did not enjoy that particular 17 damage.
It's got rats all over itself, which is distracting a little bit, so I'm going to roll another d3 to see where its second attack goes. I believe staggered means you get 2 actions instead of 1, or instead of 3 in this system.
Yeah.
It's going to go after the rat swarm. It's just like stomping and slashing, and there's a bunch of rats all over it, and it's trying to get at the rats. So this would be a second attack at +12. It hits critical hits the swarm, which I think they're immune to crits.
Yeah.
But it does 6 damage to the swarm.
After everything?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, now Chagga is going to attack. He has to be 30 feet away from the square he's trying to hit. So he's gonna step forward and let his scythe fly and try to hit this back square and up. So he's actually not attacking a square that is in melee. And Chagga's mage hand with his scythe is +6.
Bard Song.
Bard Song.
Blank, maybe?
Yep. Bard Song, and then Invis.
Yep. +2.
And then his Tower Shield, which I don't think he has out, even though it's getting in the way. Oh, he strikes it. 2d4 plus 5 plus Bard Song. The thing awkwardly loops around the room, slicing into the brute. For 40. It's got 43. It is now bloodied. It is starting to rip apart. Somebody did a good job at putting all the polearms into its flesh, but it moving around in combat is also ripping open its wounds. Los again. Oh! This time you actually felt something, or actually saw something kind of reach up from the ground. It was like this vague, fuzzy, roughly humanoid shape.
Okay.
It was transparent, and it came right up out of the ground. And you heard a female voice saying, "Oh, you speak Infernal, don't you?"
I do.
"Is this what you brought me?" Oh! And then there's also another voice. There's a light from above that kind of swoops down. It moved too fast for you to really make out what it was. And the light from above goes inside of Los, and you heard in Perfect in Infernal a voice that you recognize, Barnabas, as Lilith's. "No, he's my brother. You can't have him." And the spirit of Lilith is inside of Los right now.
Okay.
"Sister!" His eyes blaring with light. The dark thing kind of retracting. You can tell it's going in that direction. Junker.
Junker's going to attack twice and step back. 4, 6, 7. Hit. And miss. He's gonna step back and rats back on him. $1d6 from the rats and 1d3 plus 3. Another 5 damage from the dagger.
6 from the rats and 5 from the dagger.
Yep.
49 and 5 from the dagger. You guys are doing it. This thing is being held together by the polearms at this point. Barnabas?
Barnabas is gonna rock off a magic missile because we need to do damage. But that's not what you roll if you want to do damage. 4 damage.
4 damage? Yeah, they go slamming into the creature, and it's just too big. Ghost from his hidey hole.
Same thing as last time.
Sticking a ghost, disrupt undead into one of his arrows. It's glowing this unearthly blue. After he fires it, there's still like blue streaks through the air. The positive energy arrow.
30.
Strikes a soft spot in its center torso.
7. Oh.
His second arrow, however, looks like it's going to go errant.
No, critical.
No, it actually hit one of the metal pieces of the polearm that's sticking out of it, and just went wobbling into the room.
I can't do that third one. All right, so the first one plus 3 did 3 physical damage.
Okay, burrowing into its flesh, and then it starts to burn.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Ghost is...
Ghost is a murderer, like a killer.
It has 66 hit points. It stumbles around a little bit, and then it falls to its knees, and then its helmet pops off. Oh, it's really ugly. It's like matted hair underneath a rotting, like over top of a rotting skull. But the helmet kind of rolls off, and then the helmet does this thing where it catches on the right side up on the ground, but then it shifts directly, looking at Chagga. Chagga's like, oh! There's still stuff going on.
Okay.
Alistair? He's laughing. He's really excited. He doesn't quite understand what's going on, but he knows that something attacked Lloes and then something flew inside of him, and he's seeing this helmet now going after Chagga. He is absolutely fascinated with what's transpiring, but takes no action to hinder nor help. Lloes is... You cannot have him. There's a brief moment where there is the translucent image of a woman that just sort of floats out of Lloes's head. She has hair that seems to string like all around her, and the longer she stays still, like the hair kind of grows like into the room. When you get that close, you can start to feel the same cold that you did before. You cannot have him. I was denied my body. I will ride with my brother. I will not be denied. What is due to me? The time of our rising is at hand. The door to the south is now rattling in its hinges. The one to the north is rattling in its hinges. And the others begin to do so as if you're waking something up. The ghosts will go at the end of the turn. Lloes right now is fighting possession with his sister. He's going to roll a d20. She'll roll a d20. He can act. Oh! What should Lloes do, Mark?
Fuck if I know.
Sister! Are you here? She's here! He says, wild-eyed, looking at Barnabus. This is Randomly's DM point spend from last game, by the way.
I remember you mentioning it, yeah.
Yep. She's here! She's protecting me!
It's nice.
From that!
Goes.
Ah! He's pointing down this hallway. Ghost is like, what the fuck is he pointing at?
Junkicolothorax.
Yeah, the brute's turn, and then Chagga. Chagga's casting a spell on himself. You can roll a spellcraft check if you want.
Protection from evil.
Yep.
I guess that's what I would cast.
Oh, no, you don't, he says. The helmet kind of like... It almost like pops away, like it's really, really angry. And is somehow rolling in an impossible way towards the Dune door.
Let it go.
Yeah, Chagga casts a spell, and he's like moving next to Barnabus so he can see. There are hungry spirits here, he says, and I think they hunger for more than just our blood. They want our flesh.
Yeah, that's about what I'm thinking, yeah.
I think it's time to leave. I'm going to spend a DM point.
Alright.
I'm going to say the spirit of the handmaiden is not going to leave so nicely. And she's been cooped up here for so long that she has found a way to open the door from the other side. The door flies open.
Come hither, vessel.
And you can see Los, like, stiffen, and he's riding across the floor, even though he's not walking, on his heels towards the creature, and it's going to make a telekinetic attack to drag Los forward. This is against his CMD.
Yeah.
It gets a 17. Oh, I don't think Los moves very far. His CMD is 17. So it drags him forward 10 or 5 feet.
My guess is...
The door to the south is, you could hear all sorts of clangor.
I am Chagga. You will give me my due. It is time. My punishment is over. It is time. It is time.
Barnabas, this door opens and you can see it is like a giant death knight. Visions of of Sauron on the battlefield wading through men kind of thing. And yeah, that's Chagga Dune, the patriarch of the Dune family. He was a warrior, and through his riches just became a corrupt leader. He never achieved the grace or the princehood that he never became a victory prince. He was always just this cruel tyrant that eventually died, and everyone rejoiced. His family had enough riches to survive, and he's like a spitting image of Chagga. Much bigger and must be using magic, but you're seeing him in some battle, like perhaps the spirit of Chagga's ancestor is reliving some battle where he waded through the enemies of the Imperium. Oh, we're gonna say it was elves.
Of course it was.
Elves and fairies and their human allies. Oh, there were human allies of the elves and fairies. Interesting. They must have been the
traitors to their...
Yep. Images of him dragging chains of heads behind him, like he took elven leaders or their elven heads and he dragged them on chains. There's one battle where he's in different armor and he's got fairies tied to his armor that are alive.
Oh, okay, I was just going to say, I was going to spend a DM point for him to have that build. But you've already done it.
And you can see arrows, like you could see some archers hesitating, and then like his other soldiers went after him. The creature whose dumb corpse it was defeated was at Chagnaron's side, like in some of these images, like. But then the door just appears back to how it was, and it's just rattling. It's almost like it was inviting you inside by carnage, but none of you are really carnage like mad, so it wasn't really a great invitation. I've protected myself. Perhaps I can protect you, Los. Ah! He's streaking across the road. Alright, so those are the ghosts manifesting. There are, to your back, you can hear, like, maybe they weren't quite awake yet, but there are others going, "Is it time? Is it time?" Rattling, and they're... one out of the four behind is screeching that it's time. But the three others seem to have just woken up and are asking if it's time. This place is bad. Junker is leaving.
Well, he should, yes.
Yeah, the rat swarm turns into a tiny rat. He picks it up, and he's leaving this tomb. This place. Barnabus.
Barnabus is stand in front, so can't go forward. And just for shits and giggles, we're gonna throw a force bolt at her.
Sure.
T25.
Okay, the force bolt injures her.
Probably not much though. 5 damage.
You injure the handmaiden, who then goes flying back into a big funerary urn. You were kind of expecting, like, sarcophagi?
Okay.
Uh,
They're just like canopic jars.
yeah, it's a big canopic jar. This is really puzzling, because the Imperials bury their dead. They don't do this. Yep. The room inside has... There's nothing about the inside of that room that says amazing or epic, or that they are in any way romanticizing that person's life. There are geometric patterns, like a 6-way, like, you know how you wrap a ribbon around a box? There are geometric patterns around the box, and you can see some of them have faded in some areas. The geometric patterns look suspiciously like stylized chains.
Knowledge planes.
Sure.
I'm going to use my Chronicler of Worlds power, where I can take 20 on knowledge planes, giving me a total knowledge. So that'll be 32 total.
Sorry, I gotta go look at... Got it. Love it. 32 total. I will consider that a DM point spent, Blaze Lord. A 32 total. It's so good to have one of these characters around.
Yes, they're very useful.
The wards on both the room and on the urn are to trap spirits, but there's something really peculiar about this ward. It's not to trap undead.
Trap living.
This is a spirit, like a soul. They're definitely acting like undead ghosts, but that wasn't a ghost. That was just an incredibly powerful soul.
Okay.
The thing that flew into Los, however, looked different.
His sister?
Mm-hmm.
You mean? Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you stand there and you're thinking about it. What else are you doing? I think it's time for us to leave.
Agreed.
Ghost.
Grab the polearms.
Yeah, pull that shit out.
Yeah, he's giving a tug. He's going to move over, and he flings 2 of the pole arms out of the body into the hallway.
Okay.
Alistair moves over. You should have killed him fast. Pulls 2 of the pole arms out. You still have 8 to go. Los. He's
Pull
just
2 of the pole arms.
He'll toss 2 of the pole arms and then move for the door. Don't get too far away from me, boy. I need to cast a spell on you to protect you. The brute, Chagga, runs over here and casts protection from evil on Los. At first there's a weird sort of crackle, and Barnabas, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Chagga did something. He protected Los from evil, but there was something inside of him, and instead of expunging it from Los, he trapped it within.
Okay.
The spirit, who is an undead spirit, of Los's sister is now trapped inside of him.
Okay.
He is, however, being protected from whatever that was in his family's crypt, soul prison. Yeah, soul prison. That's
Soul
probably
prison, yeah.
that's probably a good word for it. Now it's the things in the soul prisons. They seem pissed off that you guys are leaving.
Who are you, boy?
Chagnar on Dune is talking to you.
Oh, me? No one. Curious soul myself.
Give me a body worthy of a warrior.
Oh, this bloke's pretty big.
Yes. Bring him to me. He is of my blood, and my blood is important. I will take the victory crown of the prince if I have to. Wade through the Imperials if I have to. They will not ignore me. I'm Chagga and Dune.
So Granddad was a talker.
Yes, we don't want to let him out if he's here.
Let me out.
Alright, Junker is scrambling in and whipping 2 more polearms into the doorway. Barnabas.
Pull 2 pole arms and throw them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 2 more polearm. 2 more polearms. Still, head still in the body. Are you gonna move?
He pulled them both and just sort of threw them
Okay.
out the door.
Ghost will pull the last 2, and we'll just
Go.
scramble out with his bow kind of underneath his armpit. Alistair giggling. He waits by this door expectantly.
Okay.
I think the only one who's got his junk together is Barnabas, so I'm going to give Barnabas another perception check.
Getting late. I'm gonna spend a DM point for bonus on this.
I don't know if you can.
No, it's like a hero point, right? Yeah, you can't.
I'll let you guys. I'll let you guys find it. So yeah, you actually see that. There is a key that is stuck on the inside of this thing's helmet.
Grab the key.
Okay. It's covered in all sorts of rot and clots of hair, I guess. But you grab the key. It looks similar to the ones you had before. It might be for the door that was never opened.
Probably.
Chagga moves out of the room. The ghosts rattle and they seem angry. You never really got a look at the other 4 families, but
At this point, we've reached our creepiness threshold, and it's time to retreat.
right. Yeah, the whole thing is probably soul vault prison. Yeah, they really can't do much to you. They've expended perhaps their pent up energy to creep you out, and then pretty soon the whole group is running out of this room.
Barnabus tips his hat to them as he leaves and closes the door behind him.
Okay, that enrages them a little bit.
Because he has to be a dick.
Yep. Well, where are you guys going from here?
Junker's fucked up.
How much longer can you play tonight?
I can play another hour.
Another hour? Okay. Pick a door.
I want to open the north door.
Okay. So Barnabas goes, and with the key he found in the brute's helmet, he finds a way through into this room. This room looks like a this door is ajar leading to the next room.
Okay.
The room looks like partially where you would craft weapons and maybe even store them, like an armory. You're thinking that the polearms may have been crafted here.
Yeah, probably.
You definitely, with these tools, could probably make or maintain weapons. There's a small forge, an anvil, some tools that have been placed away, dust and cobwebs covering everything.
He's going to look around and see if there's any indication, like if there's, as to the purpose of the crafting of those polearms.
There is a manual.
Let's have a look at the manual, which I'm assuming is an infernal.
No, it's a manual that somebody has torn all the pages out of,
Son of a bitch.
and then put them all back in.
Okay.
You're seeing instructions on how to create a lance and a bardiche and a rancer and a halberd. And
Okay. But any indication as to why these particular weapons in like after all the weapons, like there's any...
there are some designs, like almost like cutouts of their heads, where these weapons were created with a very, very precise. It's almost like somebody drew the heads beforehand, and then the weapons likely match up to these outlines. These are on separate sheets. They're all moldy, but you could recover them if you wanted. You don't know what the purpose of those are.
He's gonna recover them, yeah.
Okay. You do find the molds for the weapons as well.
How much do they weigh? Because we are a group that really needs to be concerned about how much we carry.
Yep. You basically think that the manual's the most valuable thing here, because it basically would give an weapon crafter a bonus to crafting weapons, and from the looks of things, you have appraise.
Yes, I do.
From the looks of things, and from those weapon heads, they're all masterwork. They could all be remade into masterwork versions of themselves.
All right then. Cool. Yeah, it's worth keeping.
Okay.
Let's put polearms manual.
So you've got more of like a craft, like a a crafting room and maybe a forge over in this area. You've searched the crafting room at this point.
Yeah. We'll check the forge area.
Okay, give me a perception.
17.
Okay, you find tools, some of which might be masterwork tools.
Okay, those are probably worth taking too.
What'd you find?
Oh, found some instructions for making those, and some right proper tools for crafting.
Okay. Los doesn't look like he's interested in picking up anything. He just goes and joins you in the forge.
Oh, don't worry, I got it.
He nods. Chagga, you could hear Chagga moving around in the next room. Let me know if you feel any weirdness over here, although I'm not too sure what I'm going to do about it. These protections won't last forever.
Alright, let's
The two rats have said that I'm going to give Chagga and Lloes a chance as they take a quick gander around the room. Here's Lloes. Oh. There's something here.
what do you got?
It's the wall's a different color. Right here.
Hi. Anyone good with, secret doors, traps, that sort of thing?
Someone say treasure.
Oh, Alistair's looking at things. Is that it? A workshop? You could hear him like throwing tools around like he's a spoiled child.
Yeah.
Ghost comes over. Notice that Junker's little rat is sniffing around as well.
There's a door here. Start moving things. Start shifting things, pushing on bricks.
Alright. Look round. So we start pushing things or trying to figure things out.
I think between all of you searching and convinced that you're here, none of you are being attacked by spirits, even when Chagga's protection from evils go down. You are able to find that the anvil is on some sort of like wheel that turns.
Cool.
And your party takes more than a couple of you to move the anvil, and a door opens up, revealing a extremely steep staircase.
Going down.
You know what? With age, it's a steep staircase, very steep, but the water from the other room has spilled into here.
Oh shit.
And there's a submerged tunnel that leads underneath.
Anyone want to go see how deep, how far that goes?
I can't swim, says Chagga. I can swim. Not well, but doesn't seem to be a current. I just hope there's no leeches down there. Yeah.
You'll be fine. You'd like.
Junker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bleed in the water.
Junker goes over to the water. He's got a wound from some wounds from the from getting whapped by the giant, and he just basically sheds some of his blood into the water. Blood droplets go down. He scampers back. Let's see. If I roll a 3, or sorry, if I roll a 4, there are leeches in the water. Oh fuck, there are some leeches in the water, but after a while, not enough to form a swarm.
Oh, maybe if you just got your knife ready, you can scrape them off.
He's not going in the water. He's super hurt.
No, I meant no.
I'll go. I can swim.
Alright.
Junker can swim too. Give us healing. We'll go.
Alright. Hang on. Here's some healing. The Junker's gonna get 17.
Oh, that heals all of his damage.
Anyone else hurt? I don't think so.
Nope.
Oh, alright.
You, manlings. Remember that we help. We get share. Big share.
We won't forget your aid.
Slipping into the water are the two rat things. Even the little rat goes into the coils, the folds of Junker's robe, and I'm going to spend a DM point to have them swim to the other side and spend some time investigating.
Okay.
While they don't find a way out, they find a curious shrine to a god that is not commonly worshipped, at least not in the Imperium. Although, you wonder if it should be.
Is it Blibdool Poop?
No, it's not Blibdool Poop. It is a shrine to the Red God of War. Upon its altar, they find some treasure, the likes of which we need to roll up. I'm going to say for now, because it's not... I'm going to add some War God treasure to the list.
Oh, we've got Blaze Lord. Wants to spend a DM point to say, and a shrine to the god Selket.
I don't know who Selket is.
I don't know either.
She's a sister of Sobek, which is the crocodile god, and Apep, the snake god. Sure, there could be other little statues and things down here. Definitely was not. Perhaps the Dune family and their warrior culture influenced the creation of this shrine, or maybe the shrine was used by the priests who created the weapons. You're not entirely sure, but when Junker and the Ghost come swimming back, they emerge from the water after a good 10 minutes. It looks like Ghost has a book.
Okay, press the digitated dry.
It's the kind of like metal bound, made out of leather. It's not.
Okay.
It's like it's a warrior's book. They've got a weapon and a metallic draft of some kind. There's some liquid in a big mug.
Okay. What have we got here?
I'm gonna see if Junker and Ghost actually have any knowledge of religion. Ghost doesn't. Junker doesn't. I'm gonna roll in checks. Oh, Ghost is smart.
Yep.
God of War. Shrine. We get trap. Almost take off Junker's head.
That's some fine work, my little Nizumi friends.
Find these. No way out.
Still got another door to check. Fine work indeed.
They're here, says Alistair.
Who's there?
Your party. The party was supposed to be 3 days. We're supposed to arrive. Oh yes, 3 days we were supposed to arrive. That's not to say others wouldn't arrive.
Someone's always got to set up for the party.
Hey, who's down there?
Why don't you come and find out?
There's somebody already down there. When you go and yell down that passage, I'm assuming you're not like showing yourself, you're just kind of yelling around the corner. You can hear the jostling and jingling of quite a few people.
Okay.
And lights change several times. One guy does yell out the priest's name.
Bellicott?
Yep. Priest Bellicott, are you down there? Show yourself, for I am a faceless lord.
It's a faceless lord.
No, are you gonna peek?
Yeah, he's gonna peek.
Okay. Go to the crypt of initiation. There are guards there, but you see a man in weird robes with this god-awful helmet that must be really hard to see through.
Fuck.
The priest's body and his underpriest are here. So are his god. What of the Darby fellow that is here with them? No signs of him, sir. Are you Barnabus Darby?
Nope, never heard of the bloke.
Give me a bluff.
+9. Oh, sorry. +9. 20.
Okay. What are you doing in the crypt of initiation?
I had to take a dump. Could not find Lou. I found myself here after a few pints.
Okay, you hear the door closing.
That was bound to happen anyway.
And there's some muttering of words. This faceless lord goes away, and I don't know. What are you doing?
All right, I just got to check this last door.
It's the way out.
I was fucking hope so.
Okay, the riddle on the door. It speaketh as so.
It speaketh as so.
Alright, it readeth as so. Warborn craft is all around, from humble beginnings to guarding the crown. Thrust in turn to unlock the path. Out of order, and you'll face the wrath. The door opens. a room with very tight quarters. There are curious-looking scenes along the walls. And the scenes are only like a couple feet by a couple feet. Mm-hmm. Like they've been painted or etched or plastered on it. And then there's this weird lock underneath each scene. And they're embedded all around the room. There are 12 scenes with one lock for each of the scenes.
Okay. Now, do they look like the same lock?
No, these locks are really, really big.
All right, so we get our tools.
And there's something weird about the locks. Like the locks are producing fog, like a fog machine.
Okay.
And you're having a hard time seeing into the lock.
Oh, the scenes themselves, do they depict historical battles?
Pick a scene and I will tell you.
Alright, no. Well, let's start with one.
Okay. The scene on number 1 looks like a stylized cave painting of prehistoric beasts.
Okay. Number 2.
Let me just position these things. Number 2 looks like a bunch of men on horses.
Okay.
They look really like they're riding horses and there were no saddles on the horses.
All right.
Like a bunch of men on they do have spear-like weapons in their hands, but they're not well painted. It's just like a single stroke of a brush.
Okay. 3.
There looks like a guy who is chopping wood.
Okay. 4.
There's a farmer by his hat standing against a nasty-looking mounted knight.
5.
Looks like a sword.
It's just a picture of a sword?
Yep.
Okay. 6.
Sorry. Looks like a bunch of fishing hooks.
Alright. 7.
Is a sword with some fishing hooks.
8.
Looks like a moon.
All right. 9.
Is a raven picking at what looks like stylized chainmail.
man.
Is a shattered egg.
Can I tell what kind of egg, or is it just...
Nope.
And the next one? We're on.
Are 2 guards flanking a throne.
And the last one?
Whatever they're holding is short.
Okay.
2 guards flanking a throne, and the things that they're holding are ridiculously long.
But I can't tell what they are.
No, the ends, the spear-like polearms that they're holding are too stylized to depict exactly what they are.
And the short ones, same thing?
Yep. After going around this circle, give me a knowledge history.
Okay. I am using inspiration on this one. 26.
Somebody's depicting perhaps the historical progression of polearms. From very simple to very later designs.
Okay.
Are you a trap guy?
I am not a trap guy.
Okay.
He is going to back out.
Okay. Did you find it? This is Alistair.
The way out?
Not yet.
He
Alright, a little bit of a conference here.
Oh, yes, Barnabus. Who was the man you were speaking to? Do you happen to know? I don't know him.
Oh, he's some kind of hidden lord face mask thing.
How did he know your name?
Oh, well, I was supposed to be down here.
Oh. Ghost kind of snickers a little bit.
So, Chagga, apparently you're quite the martial type.
Chagga just closes the door.
What do you know about the history of polearms?
Polearms long, so you don't have to be close to your enemy when you kill them.
Well, I
Yeah.
understand their purpose, but all we have here is a series of pictures depicting what appears to be the evolution, one would say, of the polearm.
Unfortunate. Got distracted in history. You see, I can touch objects sometimes and get visions from them.
Well, maybe we best make sure there's no traps first.
Right. Ghost, do you want to give me a hand?
You can see traps.
Yeah, the obvious ones. Whoa. Okay, holes from the walls that do that are probably traps. They're all just sort of leaking this
Yeah,
mist.
I knew that. That's why I asked for that.
Yeah. Traps.
Ghost goes in and he backs slowly out of the room.
I think there is trap in front of every one of those holes.
Is it going to go off if we put the right polearm in? Because the polearms are the key.
Yeah. There is spot. on floor, wall, or ceiling. Where something comes out violently.
Yeah, even if you use the right one.
Don't know. Something obscuring the inside. Trigger inside.
Yeah. Alright, let's have a look.
Magic hiding the lock.
Can we make out by the lock what polearm goes where?
No, all of the locks are like big areas where you kind of stick the pole arm, or you're imagining in, which is what your guess was. But there's this mist that is pouring out of each of the openings that you can't see further in. You could stick your hand in if you wanted to feel around.
No, I don't.
Junker's telling you that the mist is magical and he can't see past it.
Alright.
He gives you a nod, like if you stick the wrong pole arm in and give it a twist, you're probably going to get whapped by something.
Alright. So we spread out the polearms we got.
Yep. So I'm going to give you the list, Mark.
Okay.
Where do you want it?
Just put it wherever you feel like. PC's fine.
Okay. I probably shouldn't give you the list in the order that they should be done.
Probably not the way to do that. Unless you're like, fuck, it's 4 in the morning.
Oh, here, I will quickly type them out. And I'm also going to give you a visual aid that it has more pole arms in it than you actually have, but it shows you what the things look like. So I'm going to drag just a thing called pole arms into the sheet, and then
Where are you putting this?
in the Master of Puppets area, so you could have a look at the different shapes of pole arms. You probably don't need that one.
Is it in? Oh, polearms right there. All right.
And I'm just going to start writing down the pole arms that you actually have. You rolled your... Oh, you found the manuscript that actually has the names on it in the room that you're not supposed to open. Oh, my OneNote crashed. Don't look at the second image, Mark.
Okay.
Fucking OneNote. Oh, I guess that image disappears forever. I don't know where that was.
Okay.
And then the pole arms. I told you had a long spear, or a spear of some sort. You had a halberd. What were the other ones that I mentioned?
You said a sword and hook.
There's
Sword.
a forchard, and a rancer, and a bill, and a glaive, and a Beck de Corbin, and a glaive guisarm, and a guisarm. A lance, a lucerne hammer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Missing one. Spear, lance. Oh, a bardiche. Chagga comes in and has a look. Oh, this seems to be a very primitive depiction.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Is this not up there? Oh, I'm guessing it's the long spear.
Only one way to find out, Bliss.
Yeah,
Who's gonna do it?
hang on. Let's just lean these up where we think they go. That way, if we go, oh wait, maybe it should go over here instead, we haven't killed ourselves.
Hey, you never told me he's so smart. Oh yes, he became a professor. So you're saying one is long spear. Okay.
Right now, yes, one is long spear. One is the caveman.
Yep.
And we're going long spear. Then we've got guys on horseback.
Early looking cavalry without stirrups and without saddles.
Early cavalry. And
What are you leaning up to them?
right now, for now, the lance.
Oh. Yes. Okay.
Third one was
Looks like an axe made for chopping wood.
axe. Do we have a bardiche? We do have a bardiche.
Okay. Next one.
Yeah, the next one.
Looks like a farmer holding on to a polearm of some sort against a bunch of like smudged mounted riders.
The farmer with let's go with scythe. We have scythe? Don't have a scythe. Next.
Okay. Is a blade. Let me just describe the blade a little bit more to you. I cut all of my pictures, so I need to go find that picture map again. All right. Got it. It's a wavy blade.
Okay. Long spear